I didn't actually know this until you started talking about it when we started hanging out more and we became pretty good friends. But you were streaming your life 24/7 on Justine TV
for almost 6 months straight. I was the second. I was the second person to stream on Justine TV.
I thought you were going to say like 6 days, maybe.
Oh,
Justine Khan, the creator of Justine TV, was the first streamer on the platform. You were the second.
And my name was Justine. This is nuts. So, okay, my first trip to San Francisco was out for Macworld. I was actually doing a podcast for MacBreak, which was incredible because I obviously love Apple. But I saw this guy walking around with a camera on his head. And I was like, oh yeah, that's somebody I need to be friends with. So I went up and I talked to him. And at this time, I'm holding a camera, filming myself. I'm like, man, this would be so much easier if this was just live. So I was like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? So we got talking. He's like, oh, that's crazy. Your name's Justine. I was like, yeah, whatever, you know. And then we had some further conversations about like what he was doing, and I was super interested in the technology. And at that time, he had a laptop connected to a Logitech webcam with a Sprint eVideo card, and it had unlimited data at the time. And I swear that he is the reason that Sprint had to cut back their unlimited data because everyone started using that setup. So I said, if you ever needed to take a break or do investor meetings, because it was pretty stressful, especially.
And he was the CEO of the company, I think, at the time too,
so
right?
Trying to take meetings and do all of that stuff was crazy. So I said, if you need a break, let me know. I'll come out and I'll take it for a day. So I did, and it was so much fun. My friend Desiree, who is back home in Pittsburgh, like
I met Desiree. She's very nice.
She's great. So we started making videos together, and so I feel like making the videos together, and also we can get into this too, was also the downfall of our sort of relationship at a point. But going back to Justine TV, it was a really crazy experience because it was one of those things that like really, I think, messed me up for a while after doing something like that for 6 months straight, 24/7. I mean, you do start getting paranoid. Even now doing live shows, like I kind of go back to that feeling of just being like super paranoid.
Were you, how many people were watching back then?
I mean, I think like average of like 5,000, and then
really
like usually, I mean, like upwards if I was actually doing something. Maybe
imagine
like
if they had subs and donations back then, you would have been
25,000. I know. People would always would randomly find like my PayPal and send me money.
Oh, lit.
I would go to a restaurant, they would be like sending drinks, and I mean, it was just nuts. I mean,
did you realize what 5,000 people watching you live meant at that point? Like, was it insane? Was it just like...
So, because it became such a normal thing that like I was just hanging out with my friends. I would take them to coffee shops, and I called them like them. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'm with my friends. I mean, I went on like dates and like, it's weird.
Wait, you had the Justine TV camera live stream on 24/7. You went on dates with that thing on?
I mean, clearly it didn't work out.
Those guys must have thought you were crazy. I'd have been out of there.
I mean, well, it's funny because one of my friends, like we would always say we were on a date, but he was just a friend and like knew that what I was doing. So we would just
Did you have people who played characters?
Not really. Okay. I mean, he would be the only sort of character, but it really was, it was so immersive because you were in this world and so were all of these other people. So you had to be on 24/7. Like I was always, I mean, this is super creepy, but like it was still in my bedroom. So like it watched me sleep. But I would play music. It was copywritten, obviously. I'll never forget. Like I used to play Tool because that's one of my favorite bands.
They're coming out with new music.
August 30th. I know.
I thought of you when I saw it. I bet you were going nuts.
I was throwing stuff. Man. So excited.
Hopefully nothing expensive.
It was just a lot of things, papers mostly. You know?
Were you making videos when you were on Justine TV, still uploading to YouTube? Like, was somebody cutting that up and uploading it to a channel? I'm like floored. I cannot believe that you were doing that so early and just was so far ahead of everybody else and knowing where this was going to go.
If you guys want to pull up something, there may be some sneeze montages.
Sneeze montages?
Every time I would sneeze, there's like montages of me sneezing. It's weird.
This is like the Truman Show. This is literally the Truman Show.
Dude, like it was crazy. Like I felt it put you in this weird headspace of like I didn't need actual friends anymore because I always had friends with me.
Is that why you're so weird?
It could be. I mean, it definitely takes a weird type of person to be able to do that because it
takes a different breed.
Streamers now, I mean, they get it because it is a grind and it is exhausting. And we're talking about burnout. Like it really does. It sucks the life out of you. And people watching, it's, you know, we try to be upbeat and positive because we want you to have a fun time and have a great experience. But it's rough.
Well, what was the tipping point for you? Because you said you did it for about 6 months. Why did you quit?
I think I was trying to figure out if I was moving. Actually, when I moved to California, I believe. So I still streamed a little bit here and there, but it got to be too much. I was like, I am just physically exhausted. I'm not able to maintain friendships. And even like my friend Des, she's like, I'm going to move out. You basically choose me or the camera. And like an idiot, I chose the camera.
Oh wait, that's why you guys had a little bit of a falling out?
Yeah,
Because I never really knew the story.
I mean, we're best friends still now to this day, but it definitely took some time to kind of heal and patch that up, because it was like I made that choice, and like I never forgave myself, and even now like I don't forgive myself, but it's one of those things, like if I wouldn't have taken that chance on this, maybe I wouldn't be here, you know? So it's sometimes there are sacrifices, but I think as I got older, it's like you need to kind of weigh those a little bit more.